right, I think I am all set to go. Is it looking a little shady, like shadows? Because it looks like it on my laptop, but if someone could let me know, that would be awesome. Hey Teresa, looks like you're logged on. Awesome. Hope you had a great weekend in sunny Florida. It's actually, the sun is setting here and a beautiful sunset right outside of my craft room. So it's super nice right now. But it's going to be below freezing once again tonight, but we'll get there eventually, and then it'll be like summer. All right, just on the right, but not too bad at all. Okay. Oh, yeah, like right over here. Still working on this darn lighting. Let me brighten it up. That might have done it. I really brightened up my light. Okay. The sun sets later here. Yeah, that's true. I forget about that. Florida, yeah, probably like at 7, probably 7:30, 7:45, maybe. But anyway, we've got an ordering special for you. Any customers or demonstrators really can order this. It doesn't really matter. I decided to offer this class. This was a class from my retreat that I really liked to put together. And I decided last night that I would make it a ordering special. And I did email this information out last night. So it is available from last night, March 20th, to Sunday, March 27th. So you will have it a week. So the first day of spring. Today was the first full day of spring. But 1 week, and my website is here, but it's really hard to see, so I'm going to try to zoom in for you. If anybody's interested, there we go. This embeds the host code, so you don't really have to worry about, as long as you're using this web address here, and I did put it in the comments section, because it will embed that host code, which is very important that you need to use that. So what happens is you place an order on my online store totaling $30 or more in product. Once that is all completed, I do receive an email from Stampin' Up!, especially if you opt in. If you do not opt in, then I have no idea that you want this kit. So you really have to opt in so I can communicate with you, because if you don't, then I can't communicate to you, and I can't send the free kits. And then once I get that email from Stampin' Up!, I will be sending out these kits in the mail as soon as I can make them. And if I have any back orders, I will definitely communicate it with you, because you know, back orders, they arise in every day, like it's a part of our everyday like living now, back order situation. So we just never know. This class includes everything except for the stamp set, adhesives, and inks. Those are not included, but instead of the champagne rhinestones, because those are on back order, I embellish them with those. I will be sending the rhinestone basic jewels that you can, they're silver, but you can use your blends or some Sharpie markers, anything that's alcohol based, to color them into the color that you want. So I have one kit all ready to go. I just made a sample up last night. So I'll show it to you what it will look like. It comes in this cello bag. Probably will have come in a pink mailing envelope, hot pink kind of like our Magenta Madness or our polished pink color. So in the kit here, you'll have these instructions, and they will be printed out for you. You can see this was my Creative Escape Spring Stamp Retreat, but I thought this would be a great quick class for anybody. It does use the Celebrating You stamp set, but you can use any sentiment that you might have, and it uses the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. So you will receive, again, these instructions. They're written, and the Designer Series paper is listed here as to what specs you need to cut it at. And the Designer Series paper is included. So this is what the instruction sheet looks like. And I also have a supply list in case you're interested in any of the supplies that come with the kits. So let me show you what's in the kits. All right, I've got this kind of package so it won't bend up. So just disregard that. That's just your cardboard. So you will get a 6x6 pack, one sheet of each of the designs. Okay, so let me just move this out of the way, and I'm going to zoom back out because it's too close. Well, I got to wait for my phone to figure out what it wants to do. Hold on. Man, it's not working. Hold on. I don't know. Let me just raise it up a little bit. I think it's like way too close. Sorry about that if I just made you sick. But, and you just saw my shirt. Oh man. Okay, anyway, this is what you'll get. You'll get this package like this, okay, because I don't want it to bend in the mail. You never know. And then you're going to get one sheet, a 6x6 of every design there. So this is the front, and then this is the back. And then there's some fresh freesia there. I love this pattern with all those yellows and oranges. Mango Melody, pale papaya, and pumpkin pie. Here's some little red poppy parade dots and some clouds. Here's those, the field of tulips. This one is my favorite. Again, so you'll get that, and you'll use the designer series paper in your kits. You'll have leftovers, so you can use them on anything else that you want. And then also, I will package up the rhinestones. You'll get more than what you need. One big strip of those. And then I'll just open up one of the kits so you can kind of see what's inside. So I kind of try to package this so that everything is inside the card base. So here's the ribbon that goes with this kit. I do include inserts like the inside basic white. Even though some people like to write on this, I actually like to write on white. I don't like to write on the card base itself. So you'll get that. And this one here has the double oval punch, so a scallop and your sentiment white. And then here's a panel that's going to go on the front side, and then you'll just cut your designer series paper to spec. So that's kind of what an example of one of my kits look like. And I kind of just put them all in the basic white envelope. And then I'll put that ribbon in there. That way everything will ship really nicely and it stays put. So that is my ordering special, and it goes from last night, the 20th, until the 27th of March. So I'll show you the cards. We're actually going to be making all 4 cards tonight. So we can kind of make them together, and you'll see it on video. And if you have any questions, you can just refer back to the replay. But here's a stamp set that I used with this card class. It's called Celebrating You. It is in the mini catalog, and it's got all kinds of sentiments. It's a really nice one that, you know, you can use for just about every holiday. Okay, so you've got Father's Day, Mother's Day. Grateful to celebrate you every day. I'll be using this one. We've got Easter, so Easter's coming up, and I did use that on my first card we'll be using. I really love, let's see, the best is yet to come. So just lots of fancy fonts, just for you, can be anything. So it is a cling stamp set. As you can see, I've got them all stuck on the case, and there are 16 stamps in this one stamp set here. So it's a nice all-purpose, I call it an all-purpose stamp set. All right, so you think you have the DSP big sheets. Yep, but you'll still get 6x6. Okay, Teresa, so don't worry about that. All right, so here are the cards I'm going to be making. We'll go over them really quick. So this kit will include the gorgeous grape ribbon. So that's beautiful. This is a beautiful Easter card with lots of purple. And on the inside, I kind of just decorated them just as, you know, as quick as we can, because, you know, we all like to make quick cards. So here's that Stamped Happy Easter and gorgeous grape. And there's the envelope flap. Okay. Then the next one is You're on My Mind and in My Heart. So use this pale papaya, pumpkin pie, and this gorgeous paper here, a 3x3 piece. So you can actually make 4 of these if you have similar colors with this here, and then maybe team it up with something else, because you can only get one panel out of this back piece here. So, and then the envelope, and then I just use scraps. I have a ton of scraps that I'm using for my envelopes. And then here's a kind of a different one with a dark Tasteful Labels die cut. And I stamped in a darker, this is Gorgeous Grape on Gorgeous Grape. But you could, if you don't like the purple here, you're going to get both die cuts. You could actually flip over the white one and put that on the front and use a larger sentiment and have this piece here underneath. Actually, this is Highland Heather. I don't know why I thought it was Gorgeous Grape. I think it, no, I don't, you know, I don't remember. My brain is like not working. I think it's Highland Heather, but you know, I'll look at my directions because they're correct. All right, so there's this one. I added a nice little Pool Party Dragonflies Punch here. This is still in our annual catalog, so it's a really nice punch to embellish. And then here's my favorite pattern of all. Grateful to celebrate you every day. I use Poppy Parade ink. You don't have to have all these 3 ink colors to make this work. You can use a simple green, and that will work as well. So just use what you have, but I am sending these card kits out as a special, and a $30 order will get you all of this, like all this goodness. So let's get started. I do need to mount my stamps because I actually took these all apart and I was gone this weekend visiting family. So I will have to just mount some of these on my blocks, but you can see how I do that as well. So I need my Happy Easter. And then let me just grab a C block. And again, if you haven't seen me stamp, this is your first time with Make It Monday, I add my sentiments on at an angle. So they're not like this. So I don't put them on straight across. I put them on at an angle. That way my eyes are not looking at this straight edge. It's looking actually at the stamp itself, and I can get a better image stamped that way, a little bit more straighter than normal. Okay, so I'm not going to give you any dimensions or anything. I'm just going to put these cards together in front of you and just craft along. So if you've got something you want to work on while you're watching me, well, that's fine too. So I used a combination of a bunch of different dies. Again, this is the Tasteful Labels circle, and it's got this really nice stitching around the edge here with these little like points. Super nice little design there. And again, I'm going to be using Gorgeous Grape. So I said I could stamp better, so let's see if I can stamp better and straight. And it's a circle, so it kind of doesn't really matter on this one. Okay, that's really nice and inked up well. So Happy Easter in purple, Gorgeous Grape. And then let's stamp my envelope. Again, I'm just going to stamp right down. Oh, wait a minute. I got to think. Yes, I'm going to design this envelope different, okay? Instead of the envelope flap, I'm going to design the front because I think you guys liked that once, and I'm going to show you how you can design the front of your envelopes too. So I got to figure out if I want to stamp the flap or not, or I could simply stamp. I'm going to stamp the envelopes last because then I'll know where this paper is and then I can stamp. So I think we're all set, ready to go to assemble this one. Let me just find my silicone craft sheet here, and then we can get started. So I've got, this is that Flowering Fields. I just used this for my past card club. Had a little brain fart there. So anyway, I used this for my card club, and I had some left over, so that was awesome. So hold on just 1 second. You know what? I'm already failing at this because this cannot be cut this way because it needs to be 4 1/4 by 11. And I just noticed, I think I probably just grabbed this out of my file cabinet and just wung it. So hold on just a second. Sorry about that. All right, I'm gonna grab some, here we go. I got some right here. I just wanna make sure it's not quite, it's gotta be cut down a little bit. So let me just double check that this is 4 1/4, which I think is a little bit bigger. Yep, I just need to cut a little bit off. And since I have my Stampin' Trimmer, I'm just going to score this real easy. And we'll call it good. I'm gonna hang that back up on my wall and we're gonna start over. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. Let me know, what did you guys do this weekend? I got to visit my grandsons, and I tell you what, I wiped them out. Mr. Finley, who's almost 3, he'll be 3 in May. He told me, Grandma, this was like at 8:30. He goes, Grandma, I'm tired. So I said, well, would you like to go to bed? He goes, yep. So I couldn't believe it. Like 15, 20 minutes after his brother went down, he went down. So, and then guess what? I got ready for bed and I passed out in the chair until Mom and Dad came home. So, oh my goodness, I think we all got tired. So here is the gorgeous grape. Love this. I haven't used it very much, but it's so nice with the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper, especially the purple accented pieces. So I'm just gonna bring this around here and try to tie a fancy bow without using too much of that nice ribbon. So just gonna hopefully not twist either. I've been trying to get my thumbs and fingers to work a little better, but I'm still trying to work on getting these better. Hey, look, I just did it. I didn't twist this left side, which I always twist. So I'm starting out good with my bows. All right, so we're just gonna get that down there. This bow needs to be way over on the left side, so I'm just gonna slightly move this over. And then on the inside, just make sure it's flat before you kind of cut it down. I love having the ribbon on the inside. And then let's take our ribbon scissors. I got scissors just dedicated for cutting my ribbon. We'll cut this at an angle. And that one over there, let me just trim it up a little bit. Once in a while, the ribbon does fray a little bit, so you can just take your ribbon scissors and just cut off a little small piece there. It's like maybe less than 1/4 of an inch there. All right, so we're done with that nice ribbon here. Then we're going to take the Painted Labels die. This is really fun too. This one's been around for a while, and I thought I would take it out once again. So I'm gonna just take my seal and just put a little bit on the back side of the stamped circle here. And then circle on circle, so it doesn't really matter. We are going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back side of this one here. So let me just grab those. And I'm going to create my triangles. So we'll have 3 on here. And I'm just going to press those really well down so they don't peel off. And then I'm just going to take my Take Your Pick tool and get those off there so easily. And then we're going to add this right over top. Okay. Then we've got our inside panel, our basic white, and I'm just going to make sure I'm going to use the right ones here. Yep. Okay. Because they're just a little bit different in size. So this is just a 1x4. I love putting my Designer Series paper on my inside panels. And I do like to add a little bit of the white showing on the bottom. And then we'll just press that down and we flip it over, and I'm just going to add 1/2 inch on each corner and a little bit in the middle. Then we'll open this back up and then add our panel on the inside. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm going to take out my basic rhinestones, And I'm gonna go over and grab my purples. So hold on, I just wanted to show you this real quick. Okay, so I've got some dark Highland Heather. So if you don't know this trick or not, you can take your blends and color the rhinestones. Any of our colors that our blends come in. Okay, so I'm going to take, I'll do 5 of these. Okay, so I've just colored them in. So they went from silver to Highland Heather dark. Okay, you probably can't tell that on camera, but I certainly can. And then let's take your pick tool, and I'm just going to sprinkle these all around the paper. And I'm kind of looking for areas, not where the flowers are, but more where this open area is. So we're going to add 5 of these. So just sprinkle them all the way around. Try not to get repeated kind of patterns going straight across. Make some triangles. So that's 3. Let's put one down here, 4. And I'm going to put one way down here as well. So that's our card. Now let's jazz up our envelope. Okay, again, we're going to be working on the front side. No, you can actually add your paper on the back side, but I cut this so that we can dress up the front. So what you're going to want to do, you can do this either way. You could have this down there and this, whoops, you can have it this way, okay? Or you can have it the reverse. So we have this one here and then the purple like that. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever you want it to be. I think I'm going to go this way, okay? So we will add our adhesive here. And then we're just going to try to get this in the center. I'm just going to eyeball it. So then here is this piece here. Then this is where you're going to want to make sure you got enough adhesive on here so it sticks through the mail. And then make sure your flap is going the right way, because this is a directional paper. And I notice that's not cut straight across, so we'll fix that. And again, I'm going to use I'm going to leave some white edge there just to break it up. And I didn't really cut that very well, but we'll try to get this a little bit straighter. But at least you guys get the idea of how you can dress up the front of your paper as well. Some of you probably might are thinking, well, where do you put your return address? Well, you can put your return address on the envelope flap. That is okay to do with the mail, and just put the recipient's address on the front. So then I was going to stamp Happy Easter down on the bottom here, so that looks pretty good, right? All right, so let's kind of look at these again. So here is that one. So you can go this way, or you can go this way, okay? So you see, or you can do another one and dress up the front and the flap and put it all together, and that looks exceptional as well. So I like both ways. If I had more scraps, I would definitely add it to the flap as well, so that's all carried over throughout the front and the back side. So that is card 1 in my ordering special. So you'll get to make 4 cards with a $30 order. So it's really a really good price and a nice little freebie for you. And let me just put these up close enough so hopefully you can see. So here I use the champagne rhinestones, which I'm not going to be using because they are on back order. At least they were when I checked today. And then so here are the Highland Heathers that you can just color. You can actually color rich raspberry would look good as well. So just to give you a little idea how you can bling your bling. So anyway, let's bling your bling. It's Monday. All right, I usually are really strange on Fridays, right? When I'm just fried, but All right, so that's one. Number two, okay, is this one here. I love this one. I like all of these card designs. They're simple and quick and make a really big bang here. So let's see what we're gonna make with this one. I am going to shut this gorgeous scrape. We'll use that one a little bit later, and I'm gonna bring in pumpkin pie. I like the darker colors on my white because they seem to pop a little bit more than your, lighter colors. So let's see what we've got in this one. So here's our envelope. Lots of little pieces once again. And I am working with So Saffron here as my card base. And then we've got pumpkin pie. And then I've got a layer of this Flowering Fields on this side. You could make it go like this. And we'll add our pumpkin pie. You can make it go like this. Or you could just make it go like this as well. I think that's a little too busy. But I'm going to make this one just as I did over here. So super easy to do. What I like to do is I like to get rid of a lot of the pieces that really just need assembly. And that way I have a little bit more space for myself. So we're just going to adhere this with an 1/8 of an inch border. Okay. Then this gets adhered right smack down onto the So Saffron. You could pop it up with Stampin' Dimensionals if you want a little bit of height, but I'm just going to add it right straight down to the cardstock. And then we've got a nice little border all the way around. It's equal. Okay, next thing is super easy. We've got this 3 by 3 that's going on 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. Oh, guys, I did it. Oh, man, I put it on the wrong side. So guess what? We're just going to do this one opposite so we can kind of see what it looks like. And we're 2 for 2 tonight. It is Make It Monday, so who knows what we're going to get on Make It Monday. But it might be nice to see what this actually looks like side by side, and we can vote on it, 1 or 2. So not a bad mistake if you ask me. So we are going to find my Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to add 4 of these. And that's all you really need. Just make sure they're pressed down really well so they don't come off. These are pumpkin, paper pumpkin dimensionals that I got in my last kit. And they're super sticky. Okay, so now here's this one. Okay, then we'll take the Pale Papaya ribbon here, and I've got it accented underneath the circles here, the layering circles. So do that. You can just measure the ribbon on the front here before you cut it. So about right here, and just angle cut it. And then add your seal about right in this area here. And I like to put these two together, the tails together, and then I'm just going to cross it like that. So it's a little bit too far over. Let me move it to the left a little bit. I just want it over about 1/2 inch, not even. Okay, we're going to fix these tails once we get everything put together. All right, so we've got our circles here. And we're going to do a little bit of stamping. You're on my mind, so I need my stamp set here. And let's grab that one. Let's see, right here, it's upside down. Okay. Again, I'm going to use a C block. Or, yeah, this is a C block, and I'm going to put it at a diagonal there. And then let's ink up the sentiment here and just add it to the circle. So we've got it look like that. And then I'm going to stamp my envelope a little bit later. And this is you can see I stamped on the back side of this. I like to keep my scraps and reuse them because we've got two sides to every paper. All right, so we've got those layered up nice with the layering circles. Then we're going to flip this one over and we are going to put some more Stampin' Dimensionals on this one here. So we've got, you could use mini dimensionals and get away with 3 if you wanted to save, or have these, cut them in half. These are a little bit, it's a little bit overkill with 3, but I'm going to just go for it. Then this is going to get stuck right down here. Okay, about the same area as my sample over here. Press it down. Then let's work on the inside here. And we've got another 1 by 4 inch strip of scrap. You can use really either side is going to work for you. I'm going to use the tulip side. So it's very pretty. So I decided I'm going to go with tulips. And then let's add our adhesive here. And then we can add this one to the inside as well. We'll embellish in a little bit. I'm going to work on this one here and we'll see which way we want it. Do we want it this way or do we want it like this? Again, I think I'm going to go with that design. I kind of like that hint of tulips there. So we will just add our adhesive. See how quick and easy these cards are? You can have these done in probably, I bet you could do all 4 of these in like 30 to 45 minutes, depending on your skill level. All right. So then this one here is going to go right over here. And then if you cut it a little bit too long, this is just a tad too long, I'm just going to use my paper snips because they cut really nicely and just trim that down. That was really a 1/16 of an inch maybe. Then we will take our sentiment. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to stamp on the front of our envelope there. Still enough room for your address, and your return label can go there. So definitely I know which one I like better, but let's jazz it up. I'm just going to use my rhinestones here. Looks like I've got 3 left on this sheet here. I'm going to use my the putty side here. All right, so of course. All right, so let me grab 3 of these. And we can just put 3 over there. And that kind of takes this like just kind of boring piece, I would say, and kind of jazz it up with some rhinestones there. Now I put 5 on that other card, so we can do that as well if we want to. I've got a bunch of just random rhinestones here. Let's use a really big one here. And I'm going to put this one up over here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's put one down in this area too. So that really, adding those embellishments really can jazz up your card. So let's compare. So here's the one I sampled earlier, or made last night. This one is here. And then the envelope, where'd it go? It's over here. Let's see. All right, so what you think? 1 or 2, or does it really matter? I'm going to trim up those edges here. I'm actually going to cut this a little bit there. I'm going to leave that one a little bit longer. So let me know which one you like, 1 or 2, or it doesn't really matter. Like them both. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Teresa. Want a little bit more. Yeah, I think so too. I think I just love the pop of the tulips. If I had a choice, really, I'd probably go with number 1 as well. So that is card number 2 in my kits in ordering special. Oh, hey Alice. Nice to see you on, and Carla. Hey Alice, I'm going to warn you, Quimby Mountain Road is very muddy. So we'll have to talk about Friday and you dropping Pam off up here. Might have to meet you at the park and ride. Okay, so let's put these aside and we are going to go with card number 3. So card number 3 is, let me see which one it, okay, it was this one here. So let me see if I can change this up a little bit from the sample. Because remember, if you're just coming on, you can flip-flop the white and make the white on the front, and this one can go on the back if you don't really like that darker panel. And I just noticed I think I need a dragonfly in pumpkin pie, which I did not punch. So, all right, let me go get that punch. You can see the punch in action. Here is the punch. It's called the Dragonflies Punch. Do you guys remember this one? This one's been in the catalog for a while. All right, so pumpkin pie. You just need a really small piece of scrap. So I'll punch that a little bit later. So here's all these pieces, lots of pieces. So as I was saying, you could, if you wanted just a hint of the purple coming through, you could layer these, but honestly, I think it just looks a little too heavy. So I'm going to just put it like this, like I did on the original. You could also put it this way and run it going portrait mode. If you had a long, skinny portrait stamp. I don't think there's any in this set here. No, none of those will work. But if you had a different stamp set that does have something that will work, you could always put it this way. So this one's super easy. So here is our panel. And I want to grab my silicone craft sheet. So I just love using this. All right, so 4 marks, 1/2 inch. And we've got our card base here, making sure it's opening up at the top. And then this is a 4 by 5 1/4 piece. Now you can see these look different. It's because of the paper. The 12 by 12 sheet of paper is going to give you different, definitely different looks on your card because it's just the way it is drawn or designed. Okay, so here is our panel here, Tasteful Labels, and you got to make sure that you're going to stamp on that smooth side versus that rough side. Again, I'm going to use that gorgeous grape ink here, which we used on our first card. And then let me grab your Every Bit of Wonderful. And that's a pretty large one. You could use the anniversary in there as well. So that's this is kind of what it would look like that. If you wanted to do happy anniversary, you could go like this. It's a little bit smaller, so you would have to definitely maybe embellish it a little different because there's going to be a lot of cardstock that's not stamped. Just to give you an idea of what else you could do. This one. Let me just grab this one. Oh, this not good for Father's Day, I don't think. No, but birthday will probably work too. So happy birthday would work. You could also put your sentiment over here and punch one of those bigger dragonflies out as well. But I'm going to stick with the sample that I made. So let's go with your Every Bit of Wonderful. And that block, I'm going to use a D block for that one. And let me just put these on at a diagonal. Since I've got this out, I'm just going to stamp this real quick. again in Gorgeous Grape ink. And then hopefully you can get it straight. All right, that's not too bad. I think I re-inked this Gorgeous Grape. That's why it's getting a little bit darker colors. Then we have, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this Tasteful Labels, and again, there's a right and wrong side to this. There's a little etching all the way around on the front side, and on the back side, it's a little rough. So only use the back side if you don't stamp well on the front, or yeah, if you make a mistake, I guess it won't really matter, but it does look a little bit nicer with that etched side up. So grab your Stampin' Seal and just run it in the middle here. And then we're going to put these on. Try to get an equal distance. Okay, we're going to flip this over and let's grab our Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to add 4 of them. So 2 to each corner. All right, so let's grab our... Take your pick tool here and we'll just take these off really quick. And then let's wait because we've got a little hint of that organdy ribbon here, the glittered. Can you kind of see it there? It's coming through a little bit. I've got a little bit left on this spool here. So to create that, it's actually very simple to do. You just really need about like 2.5 inches of ribbon, maybe 3. Doesn't really matter. Can you see how this sparkles? See all that glitter? Super nice, right? So then we're going to flip this over, back over, and then I'm just going to add a little bit. You can put it on here or you could put it on the card front. So if you want to do it this way, create your like little flag here, okay? Then we can just put it on like this, okay? So it's stuck on the back side there, and then it's coming through the front. Now, if that's too tricky for you and it's too hard for you to do, then just figure out where you want your sentiment here. Like I'll put it right in the middle, okay? So then pretend I don't have this on here. We'll just take it off, and we'll put our Stampin' Seal right here. And then again, I'm just going to add our ribbon here as a nice little embellishment sparkles. Nice. Actually, you want it in the middle. And then grab your label here and we'll add it on the front. Now see how that's just coming through just a little bit of that sparkle. Then we will take, let's work on, let's see, we've got our basic white, and then we have this strip of scrap here again. Take your Stampin' Seal, and then just add this right down to the bottom. This one's a little, looks like it might be a little too short, not too bad. And then see how these cards are very like, they're very similar to one another, so you really don't have to think what you're doing. Just don't put your designer series paper upside down like I did on one of these cards, you guys. I just noticed it tonight. Look at this. I swear it's, let's see, where is it? I think I may have just put it way off to the side. I basically put the designer series paper on upside down and I didn't even notice it until tonight, right before I came on. I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's right here. Look at this. See, I make mistakes too. Let's see. Here it is. Can you see? The tulips are on upside down, right? So I'm just going to have to take this apart and redo it, but that's simple to do. But see, I put that on upside down because Karen wasn't paying attention and probably was like glued to listening to something like on the TV that was important with the news. I love to have background noise on when I craft. I usually have like 60 Minutes or Face the Nation or that kind of stuff because I love those shows and I missed them this weekend. So I was catching up yesterday when I got home. Anywho, we can add this like that, but you know, that looks a little boring, don't you think? So we're going to just add it this way, and that pop of color looks so much better than the reverse side. So let's grab our seal one more time, and then add this one right to the front. 1/4 of an inch really on both sides there, so it's equal. And then we'll just add our seal, grab our envelope, make sure that flap is the correct way. And then I'm just going to add this over on the left side. And it's over a little bit, so we're just going to take our paper snips, snip that off. And there's this one. Let's embellish it with the basic rhinestones. And this one, I'm going to add a larger one in the middle here. I like how these actually go with the glittered ribbon here. So I've got a largest one here, and then I'm going to grab 2 of the smaller ones and put it on the right side and the left side. Like that. And then I'm going to take a few more and just add 2 more. So we got 5, our odd number 5. Then we're going to take our Dragonflies Punch. This will punch out a large dragonfly and like a baby one. And I've got a scrap of pumpkin pie. This is probably like a 1/2 of an inch, but I think it will fit. Yep. So that's going to be embellished on the front. You can take a glue dot or liquid glue or your regular adhesive, whatever works. I like to use the mini glue dots here. So just add it to the glue dot and then peel it off slowly. If you want to bend up the wings, you can do that now. And then we're going to add it there. Then I'm just going to simply grab one of these little tiny ones and just put one on that dragonfly. Okay, so now this one is done. We'll get these all up here. So here's this one. And then, oh wait, I did not stamp on the front, so we got to be consistent tonight. We're going to do everything the same. All right, so now we're good. So here's that one. And then this one here was the envelope flap and the stamped on the front, just like that. So 2 more beautiful cards in my ordering special for this week. I'm going to be doing more of these ordering specials, so make sure you're on my email list so you get to see what I'm offering on a weekly basis. I'll try to bring them on a live as well, but I might not always be able to do that. So do make sure you're on my email list. All right. So any questions on this one before I move on to the final card, my favorite one? And doesn't look like it. So we're going to move on. All right. So I really like how this one turned out. Even though it's a darker sentiment panel, I just think it looks really nice. All right. So now this one is fun as well. And I gotta remember what this one said. Here is the example. All right, it's grateful to celebrate you every day. So let's grab that one. I like this one, the stamp, because it's a little different than what we usually have. It's got this nice little arched grateful to, and then we got some cursive writing and all caps as well. So something a little different. And I'm going to grab a B block, like B as in boy. And we'll put this on a little bit of a diagonal. We're going to work with Poppy Parade ink. So that's your bright, kind of reddish. There's a little bit of pink in it. Very bright. And let's see how I stamp this one. Oh, not too bad. So here we go with that grateful to celebrate you every day. Okay, now another easy assembly here. So we've got Pool Party and we've got the Flowering Fields. So this is going to go on with a 1/4 of an inch border on the right and the left side. All right, so I'm just going to grab this side here. Once I get it to be about a 1/4 of an inch, I know that other side is going to be about the same. Okay, just put that on a little bit crooked. Let's see if I can salvage that. Yep. Okay, I just stretched that designer series paper so it's on there good. Okay, this is going to have a Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put my Stampin' Dimensionals on this now because it'll be a little bit easier because we've got to add that Pool Party sheer ribbon. So with this one, I am going to add 5 because I don't want it buckling in the middle. Okay, I'm going to prep this because I'm going to use my silicone craft sheet, and that way when I use the craft sheet, it will not stick, okay? Because these dimensionals are very sticky, so if I put it on my sheet here, it doesn't stick like it normally would stick to this paper here, but if I use my craft sheet, it's going to be fine. So now I'm going to take my sheer ribbon here. I'm just going to simply tie a knot bow. And I know people might think it's wasteful to put it on the back side, but believe me, I think it's a little bit easier. I'm going to grab my Pear Pizzazz card base. Make sure that's opening correct. And then it's going to be edge to edge at the top and the bottom. And then on the left and the right side, it's about a 1/4 of an inch. Now I want to make sure this ribbon still is flowing back and forth, which it is. Once I know that, then I can put I can press those Stampin' Dimensionals down so it adheres to the Pear Pizzazz. And I'm just going to wrap this over, and I'm going to try not to use too much ribbon because it's just going to be a simple knot bow. And it's going to be more on the lower side because I want that paper to be like the star of the show, right? So any of these designs I made tonight can be Easter cards, you guys. It doesn't have, like, if you need to make Easter cards, if you haven't already done that yet, I would highly suggest the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper because it's just gorgeous. And tulips this time of year are not here yet in Vermont, at least not at my house, but they will be soon around Easter time. I'm just going to make this a little bit dainty and small. Okay, and then we've got this is the double oval punch that I use, very easy. And then we're just going to adhere these two together. And that's again, Pear Pizzazz, so it matches the card base. This is going to get popped up over that ribbon, so just simply add 2 of our Stampin' Dimensionals. I'll peel these off. Then this is going to go right over top of that ribbon. Now, if it's loose, which I just thought of, I put those dimensionals on the wrong way. They should be on the top, okay, you guys? So let me start over. I'm just going to rub these off here. These do just like rub off easy. So I'm going to start over one more time. I got 2 left here. So I'm going to put one on the top and the bottom. That way the ribbon flows in between here. And these dimensionals are going to get stuck to the Flowering Fields paper. Okay, so here's that ribbon. And then it's going to go like right this way. And then press down real good. And see, now that is stuck. Okay. Now we're going to embellish, or no, we're going to add the inside panel again. Same way. We've got our basic white. We've got our scrap. It's going to go on here. I find when I use my silicone craft sheet, the stamp and seal is so much easier to roll out on the paper. So just gonna grab this here. Isn't that gorgeous, right? And then add our seal one more time. Then this gets put on like this. Our envelope, it's gonna be designed the same way. Just gonna decide which way we want it. You want it like this? No way, right? Let's go this way. Okay, whoops, upside down though. I'm gonna make sure it's going correct. All right, so that's easy to do. I'm gonna quiz you. How do you put together these 4 cards? Very simply, they're basically the same kind of level of degree of difficulty, not very hard at all, right? And kind of very similar. All the envelopes are designed the same way. And everything is kind of stamped generically. Pretty much have done the same thing on every single card. We're going to add those rhinestones. I'm going to use the medium size and the smaller size. I'll put 3 on this one here. Oops. There we go. And I'll put this one over here. All right, so now let's look at these 2 together. So here's this one we just made. And you can see where I put this one a little bit higher, but it doesn't really matter. And then here's the, this one I didn't put that on there. That's okay. And then here's this one. So we can do a recap if you want. So you can kind of see all the cards that are in the kits. Okay, you can design them however you want on your envelopes, but this is the basic design. So for my ordering special, you'll receive kits to make 4 cards. So this is 1. And this is number 2. So that's 4. Number 3. Number 2. And here's your Easter card number 1. So hopefully, I don't know if you can see this all in the same. I can't zoom my camera. Okay, it's totally not, it's screwing with me tonight and I hate that. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can see all cards here in my ordering special, and I'll go over that one more time with you. So to receive these, you will not receive inks, stamp sets, or adhesives, but all of the pieces that we use to put together. So what you do is you select products from my online store totaling $30 or more during this week, and it started last night. So if you were on my email list, you would have received this last night, probably around 10:30 when I sent it, maybe. And then once your order is placed, you do need to use this host code here. So if this is too long for you, just make sure when you're on my site that you use this host code here, which is BX9HWACM. I don't come up with those codes here. Stampin' Up does. So there's no way I'm going to remember that. I have it in the comment section. I will move this up to the description box after I'm done with my live tonight. I will also post this on my YouTube channel as well. So you'll have until Sunday, March 27th to place your order. Once your order is placed, make sure you opt in so I can see that you did order, because if you order and you do not opt in, I cannot send you the kits because you opted not to have me know your information. So you need to make sure I know your information, at least your email address. And then I can contact you that way. And then Karen mails out your free kits and I will communicate to you if there's any back order situations that may arise. And again, stamp set, adhesives, and inks are not included, but I'm sure you have all of those things in your craft room. And if you don't, you can order those at my website, inspiredbygram.com. So I hope you guys learned something new. Again, I'm going to be bringing these to you a little bit more. Some free kits with an ordering special at least once or twice a month. So if you have any questions, please put them down in the comment section. I will go back in and read your comments to see if there's anything that I can answer, or if I haven't answered already, I can answer a little bit later. So I hope you guys had a great time crafting along with me, and yeah, have a great week, and I'll see you. Oh, I will not see you on Friday because I have to set up for my retreat, which is Friday is my setup night. Saturday and Sunday is retreat. So I will not have a live on Friday, but I will be back here on my Facebook page the following Monday, which is Monday, March 28th. So until then, let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them for you. All right, take care and be well.